With the 28th pick in the 2025 NBA Draft, your Boston Celtics have selected Real Madrid wing Hugo Gonzalez, the 19-year-old out of Spain. And it was a little bit of a head-scratching pick for maybe many Celtics fans when the pick was originally announced. But lately, there has been some buzz that he was a name on the Celtics radar here in the days leading up to the NBA Draft. There was some speculation that he could be a draft and stash player. We'll talk about all of what Hugo Gonzalez's prospects are with the Boston Celtics in just a moment. Make sure you are subscribed to the channel because when the Celtics make a move, we make a video for you guys right here at the channel. So lock us in and hit that subscribe button because the offseason coverage does not stop here. We'll cover the Celtics draft selection tomorrow at pick 32 and all the moves that are yet to come for Brad Stevens and company up in the front office. So lock us in, hit that sub button, and let's get into this Hugo Gonzalez breakdown. All right, the scouting report is as follows. He's really projecting as a defender, a kind of complementary piece, somebody who can work off of the ball as a really, really good cutter as well, always playing with elite intensity, and is a smart player as well, has a really good sense of where he is on the basketball court and knows when to create space when things are kind of getting clogged on one side of the floor. He can finish both around the rim, coming off of cuts, screens, or drives. Like, he isn't the best player at putting the ball on the deck. He isn't the greatest athlete out there. But he projects very, very solid. He's always crashing the offensive glass. He does have solid bunnies overall. Like, when I say he's not a great athlete, I mean like twitchy type of player. Like, he can get above the rim, no doubt about it. So like, he's got good feel for the game overall. He knows when to crash the offensive glass. He knows when to kind of move out and space out to create kind of opportunities and space for his teammates. He didn't get a lot of opportunity last year with the Real Madrid squad as that's a professional team over there, and he forewent different opportunities to receive NIL money in college last season. Could have gotten over $1 million and decided to stay overseas with Real Madrid. So an interesting decision he made there with all the money that's flying around in NIL right now, but decided to stay overseas. And he was a highly respected international prospect. Jonathan Givony had him as his 5th player off of the board on his way too early mock draft that dropped back in late January. And like, he does a lot of things well out there on the basketball court, even in limited minutes. Does a great job at using his speed to leverage into a spin move, a bump, or a euro getting into the rim. Like, he's a good floor spacer, but not in the sense that you would think, because if you see that 29.4% three-point shot there, he obviously has some things to work on in that regard as far as his mechanics go and stuff like that as a shooter. I'm kind of jumping all over the place right now on Hugo Gonzalez, but I just want to give you guys all of the information that you need to know. Kevin O'Connor from Yahoo Sports had this right up on him. Gonzalez is a high motor wing with great defensive tools and a slashing style on offense. If his jumper and handle develop, he could be a versatile two-way starter, but he barely played off of the bench when he was overseas last season. Look, man, it's not. Is he going to be an instant contributor like in the starting lineup, like right away for the Celtics next year? No, and that was never going to be the case with these Celtics draft picks. I will say, I want to make it clear to you guys now before we get any further in today's video that Hugo Gonzalez, according to Givony and the people over there at Draft Express, they will be bringing Hugo Gonzalez over this coming season. There was speculation on whether or not he would be another year overseas for a draft and stash, but Givony here at Draft Express said that they selected him at 28th overall, and they're keeping this pick, bringing Gonzalez over this season, according to ESPN. Givony also said when the Celtics made this pick, I saw Noah Dalzell have a little tweet out there, that Givony called it the steal of the draft. So, look, it's out there. This is a project player, and Brad Stevens does not have a lot of experience necessarily selecting players in the first round. His first ever draft selection as the president of basketball ops was in 2024 with Baylor Shireman. So now Brad takes another swing here on a player that maybe a lot of people don't know enough about, myself included. I'm a college basketball guy. He decided not to come over to the States to play collegiately, stuck around in Real Madrid, and honestly, I'm not so sure that was a great decision for him, considering he didn't get a ton of minutes over there, but he can, I think, translate to the pro game pretty solid, already being in a professional league at this point. Grade the pick for me of Hugo Gonzalez to the Boston Celtics. Look, I'm not going to call it an A. I'm probably not even going to call it a B. But I'm not going to call it an F either. I think that I trust in Brad Stevens and his player evaluation. This is a guy who was a college coach, knows how to evaluate young talent. I'm going to, at this point, give it a C. A C of a pick. It's average. We don't know what's going to happen exactly yet. But you get down in the comment section for me. Grade the pick A, B, C, D, or F. We'll talk a little bit more about Hugo here as I bring up the No Ceilings draft guide. I want to talk about his jump shooting, because what we know about the Boston Celtics, they like to spread the floor and they like to shoot the ball from the outside at a very high volume. As far as being a shooter for in his time overseas, he shot 29.2% from three last year and 27.2% for his career on 261 attempts. Inconsistent mechanics that vary from shot to shot, so that's going to be something that he has to improve upon and become more consistent with as he progresses in his pro career here. And he's not going to have a big role off of the start, but he's at his best when he's in his when he's in a rhythm and has the time to get into his motion. Like, this is a guy who's not going to be a quick release, like as soon as the ball touches his hands, it's going up type of player. He's going to make a methodical decision when it comes to what he does with the basketball, and I'm excited to see what he can do in Boston. Is he going to be in the rotation next season? I'm not so sure, but all signs point to that being potentially the case with him, bringing him over this year when he still had a year of draft stash eligibility left to remain overseas. And look, man, the Celtics are making moves this offseason. They already dealt Kristaps Porzingis to the Atlanta Hawks in a 3-team deal, and got to see the Brooklyn side of this. They ended up getting the number 22 overall pick from Atlanta. They selected Drake Powell, who was a name that I had on my Celtics radar. Porzingis to the Hawks. Get George Niang a second-round pick back. It was essentially a salary dump here. The Celtics are under the second apron now. So, excuse me, my goodness. I'm talking away a million miles a minute. But they decided to take the route of being financially free this offseason and get into the first apron, where they can now aggregate contracts in a trade, where they traded Jrue Holiday for Anthony Simons, who makes about $27 million. You trade for George Niang, makes about $8 million. And combine those two, maybe even throw Hauser in there if a team wants him, and you can make a big salary player return back to Boston in any potential trade. The C's had to move these guys. It's unfortunate reality when it comes to the new CBA, but at the end of the day, I think they'll be better for it long term, because the second apron just really constricts how you can construct your roster and build a winner long term. We'll talk more in a second about the Hugo Gonzalez pick. I want to believe that this is going to be the guy for Boston. I want to believe that this is going to be a player who's going to be in the rotation for years to come. The past couple of Celtics draft selections, whether it be in the first or second round, have not really been that. So I don't have the highest hopes, especially in the short term, but in the long term, I think he already has the intangible kind of like tendencies in his game in order to be able to be very productive on the basketball court. Knows how to cut off of the ball, is always going to play with elite intensity, has a knack for grabbing offensive rebounds and skying above in traffic to be able to bring those possessions down. So, he does a lot of things well on the basketball court, and a lot of things that the Celtics need as a complementary piece. We'll talk more about Hugo Gonzalez, but I got to give a huge shout-out to our sponsor and friends over at Fanatics, who got us hooked up with the Celtics draft hats here. Hugo, I didn't even see if he actually ended up walking across the stage, because I was just kind of in a little bit of a haze there. But you guys can get these awesome Celtics draft caps that don't even say NBA Draft on them, so they're a 365-day wear. Get them at this link right here, chatsports.com/Celtics Draft. That link will be in the comment section and description of today's video. Go get yours today. This one's fresh. You can also get the one with the white and the green brim as well. That might be a little bit more my speed, but go get yours today, chatsports.com/Celtics Draft. All right, a little bit more about Gonzalez here before we sign off. I want to talk about player comps right now. When we think about what this guy projects to be, and a player that we really haven't seen that much of, is he only played 10 to 15 minutes a night over there at Real Madrid. It's tough to kind of bring a comparison. But as far as guys who bring elite intensity, intelligence, and solid feel to the game, he's got shades of Denny Avdija, a Rondé Hollis-Jefferson. Some people compared him to Wesley Johnson, or a little bit of a taller Kent Bazemore type of player as well. I thought Bazemore maybe a little bit of a better shooter overall, but Gonzalez can do a lot of things that basketball teams, especially winning basketball teams, need out there on the floor. So am I ecstatic with the pick? No, but I am definitely not, writing it off just yet. I believe in Brad Stevens. I believe in what he can do for this basketball team. And Hugo Gonzalez, welcome to the Boston Celtics. It's going to be hopefully a very, very fun ride for you in Beantown, my friend. That will do it for today's edition of Boston Celtics Today. So make sure you are subscribed to the channel. Lock us in, because we're bringing you the coverage all day tomorrow as well. When they pick at 32, we'll have a video immediately when they make that selection. Crossing our fingers. Hopefully, it's Ryan Kalkbrenner. We'll see you guys on the next one. And as always, let's go C's.